Okay, moving on to the second verse. He continues to use the metaphor of fire, saying, "With the roar of the fire, my heart rose to its feet. Like the ashes of ash, I saw rise in the heat. Settle soft, and as pure as snow, I fell in love with the fire long ago." The ashes of ash line is interesting. I think that could be talking about the loves that have come and gone previously, and whilst all were beautiful while they were aflame, they eventually had to come to an end. He's almost professing here that he's been in love with that cycle of love, pain, the destruction, and then the rebirth once again. He's cutting each past love in his life loose, even if they have some roots living within his brain. The new flame is consuming everything that was to begin something new. Such is kind of the purity of fire in its destructive nature. So you kind of get that also beautiful juxtaposition there. I love the line, "I was fixed on your hand of gold, laying waste to my loving long ago." So he brings us back to the present here, where he's staring at her, he's staring at her hand, potentially they're still in bed here. Now what I love about this line is that gold as an element can't burn or blacken, that she can exist in the fire and is the first of his partners to do so. So all his past relationships, they were trees, they were wood, they've been cut down, they've kind of had this cycle of bursting into flame but then returning to ashes, and she's kind of thriving within this fire, and potentially it's just kind of like a meaning that she'll be there to stick around. In the third and final verse, he says he's in awe as she licks off the grain, that he's handled the wood and worships her flame. As long as amber glows, all the wood that I loved is long ago. Now watching her lick off the grain is kind of a sus line in my opinion. I think Hozier's definitely chucked a little innuendo here for the audience, as well as the fact that he handled the wood. It's like, come on. I don't know, maybe I need to get my head out of the gutter, but I think it could also just mean that he's shocked at how she's been able to remove all the past love of his mind, all the stuff that he's been attached to, and that just she remains, and that he kind of worships her for that, and he worships the part of the relationship that they're in now. The song title "Would That I," which features here in the final verse, in my opinion, I think means "would that I" translates to "I wish I could." So I feel like he's saying that he used to live in this mindset of, oh, I wish I had done this, or I wish I could have done that to prevent this, thinking about all his past relationships, but kind of also addicted to that cycle. But all of that has kind of disappeared thanks to her now, and that with her maybe he doesn't have doubts that he maybe had in previous relationships as well. He also uses the word would, like W-O-U-L-D, and would, W-O-O-D, as a kind of play on words here to kind of drive home that metaphor again, leaving wood in the past, leaving those relationships in the past so that he can focus on the present and potentially what's in the future. Saying that all his past trees, relationship, wood is gone, and that only she remains.